Your power bill could be going up, but first, the San Antonio City Council needs to approve it. And to talk us through all of this and why this rate increase is needed, we are joined by Rudy Garza, the president and CEO of CPS Energy. Rudy, always a pleasure to talk to you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here in the studio. First question people want to know, how much is this going to cost me? So what is the increase and why?
So the average customer's bill will be impacted about $4.45 a month. So less than 3%. Overall, month over month, and we just have to make investments for the future. Our power plants are getting old. We learned a lot from Winter Storm Uri a few years ago, and we got to get going making investments in new resources. So we're trying to make measured investments, take it a little bit at a time in a manner that our customers can afford, but it really is all about the future.
What about I get this question a lot by the average viewer out there. What about the fact that CPS Energy makes millions of dollars? It goes back to the city. Can't some of that be used to maybe lessen the impact of this rate increase? City revenue
is city revenue. My job is to send them 14%. The city council has to decide ultimately how they're going to spend that money. So, for me, we're serving a growing community. And as that community grows, our system has to grow with it. And while new customers do help us a bit, with the resources that we need, everything's getting more expensive. The same thing that's hitting your pocketbook is hitting our pocketbook as well.
So it sounds like city leaders, city council would have to make some sort of change in their revenue that they're taking from CPS to make that happen. Have there been any conversations like that to say, hey, is there something we can do as a city in those funds to keep this from ending up falling on customers?
Well, you got to give the city credit. Last year, they saw an increase in revenue because natural gas prices were high, and they made the decision. And there was a lot of discussion about how to spend that money, but they gave it back to the ratepayer. So I think the city has shown that in years where they've gotten more revenue, they've been thoughtful about how to spend that. But again, that's the city's call. So we're willing partners. We've been having conversations about how to lessen the impact. We had a really good summer this year, sold a lot of power into the market, and we were able to reduce our rate request by a pretty significant amount. So we're trying to be thoughtful, but it just doesn't cover the need as costs go up.
Yeah, and it's not your call what goes back to taxpayers.
That's right. Yes, sir.
So talk about, are some of these improvements, do they include more wind and solar? Well, because I know that you're transitioning away from coal.
That's right. We're working on. We have a robust, new generation plan. We've actually this week we've signed another 150 megawatts of solar. So we're well on our way to all of our renewable energy goals. We're working on battery storage, but there's going to be some natural gas plants that we're going to need to build into the mix to make sure we have the reliability we need for our customers. So we're still going to build a fully diversified portfolio. And part of that is moving away from coal, and that's going to cost us some money.
You mentioned the winter storm of 21. I feel like everybody still feels a little bit of a wound from that, yes, from what we all went through. But with wind and solar, in a situation like that, that wouldn't help us. So are some of these investments in the rate increase, is that money going to be used to make sure, should there be another situation where weather is a huge factor, that the lights stay on?
Yes, ma'am. Our generation strategy is all about ensuring we have the resources we need when we need them. So in the winter, not as much solar available. Maybe some days not as much wind. So we got to have nuclear, great asset. We have plenty of nuclear and natural gas, and and then we buy some on the market when we need to, but we try to minimize that. So because we have a diversified portfolio, that allows us to ensure reliability for our customers, no matter the time of the year.
So correct me if I'm wrong, it's been a couple years since the last rate increase.
Yes, sir.
So this one averages out to 4.25%.
Yes, sir.
Is that it for the near future?
Well, look, 2 years ago, we were talking about a double-digit rate increase, and trying to be thoughtful about what that impact is on our customers. We came in with the 3.85% rate increase and said, look, we're going to have to come back in every couple of years, even if we might not need a rate increase, to at least check where we're at financially and be thoughtful about how we're planning for the future. So we'll need the rate increase this year. Obviously, we're in the middle of that. 2 years from now, we expect to come in for another rate increase, and then we'll see where we go from there.
So December of 2021 was the last rate increase,
yes, ma'am.
Right? Now, prior to that, CPS had not increased rates for 8 years?
It had been 8 years, and we've really only had a couple in about 15 years.
Okay, so during those 8 years, The lights stay on, power was provided. So why now? Why the increase now every 2 years?
Well, our assets are aging. That's the primary reason. And the market's changing. So, if my computer system, for instance, the brains of our operation, if it was a person, it'd be of legal drinking age. It's 23 years old. We got to replace it for cybersecurity reasons and for, to ensure that our customers have options and flexibility. So, there's a lot of those type of assets that are just getting older that at some point in time you have to replace. We're in that phase now, and we'll be in that phase for the next 10 years.
Do you feel at this point, and this is not so much about the rate increase, it's more about CPS Energy. Obviously, we did polls and people had negative thoughts about CPS Energy. You've been in charge now for a while. Do you feel like you're rebuilding that trust with the community?
Great question, Stephen. I appreciate you asking. We have worked really hard over the last 2 years to just communicate more openly and be more transparent and be accountable. When things go right, when things go wrong, we're explaining that to our customers. And so I don't think we'd be in the position of being able to even ask for rate consideration if we hadn't rebuilt at least some of the trust. Now, there's some customers that are so used to CPS Energy being reliable, they'll never get over Winter Storm Uri. And I can understand that, but I think we've done what we needed to do to at least get on the path to rebuilding trust with our customers.
CPS is our option, the option in San Antonio, right? Costs are up for everybody. So for some people, this increase is going to be significant. So what if they need some help?
We have a ton of customer affordability programs here in San Antonio. We do more for our customers than most utilities across the country. If we've got an affordability discount for customers who qualify on an income basis that we can put you on that will offset some of that rate increase. I am on a balanced budget payment plan every month. My bill is the same. That's a great option for seniors, for instance, who are on fixed incomes. If you're a senior, you can get on a program where you can move your billing date to the date that your Social Security check comes in, so that you're not struggling for a couple of weeks while you're waiting for it. So, and we've got dozens of programs for our customers that we can get on. So we try real hard to tailor our programs to the needs of our community.
Rudy Garza, CEO and president of CPS Energy. Always appreciate your time. Next Thursday is the vote.
Yes, sir. And
not tomorrow, next Thursday.
Not tomorrow. Our board will vote on Monday. Next Thursday, council will consider our request. Tomorrow night, we have an online teletown hall. So I would ask any customer who has feedback for us, who just wants to listen in, you can go to our webpage, teletown hall, prompt will be there, and you can listen right in.
CPSenergy.com.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
All right, Rudy, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, we'll be right back. It is still fall, but winter-like weather has hit hard in other parts of the U.S.
Look at that. Snow has closed schools and caused accidents from Ohio to New York. ABC's Rena Roy has a look across the country.
It's beginning to feel a lot like winter for millions of Americans. Frigid temperatures and snow blanketing parts of the east. ABC's Rob Marciano on the ground in upstate New York.
We got hit with another thumping of snow overnight, about 10 inches on top of what we saw yesterday, shrouding really much of Town Hall here in Pulaski and Richmond.
Lewis County between Watertown and Syracuse seeing 3.5 feet.
Ordinarily, you'd see traffic moving about 50, 60 miles an hour. People are going much slower than that. We've seen people fishtailing, going super slow.
Further west in Erie County, people shoveling out, roads covered in an icy mess. Plows taking to the streets.
It was a little crazy. A foot of snow in the road for about 8 miles and slick when it was plowed.
You had to go slow.
Whiteout conditions at the Rochester airport Tuesday, planes barely visible on the tarmac, some getting de-iced. In Ohio, multiple cars and tractor trailers getting into a crash on this highway outside of Cleveland. Officials say the wintry weather was to blame.
It's just a mess.
Meanwhile, people bundling up from Maine to Florida, with wind chills well below freezing in places like Raleigh and Nashville and as far south as Gainesville. And now another cross-country storm on the move, forecast to bring snow to the Rockies and potential tornadoes to the Gulf states.
Thursday and Friday, that storm system is expected to move further east, bringing warmer temperatures and heavy rain here to the East Coast. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
All right, so all of that begs the question, What about us?
Yeah.
How are we going to be affected by this front that's heading our way?
Exactly. What does it mean for us? We're not going to see any cold air really settling in. Actually, our afternoons are only going to get warmer in the days ahead. And through the evening, temperature holding steady. Now we're at 59 at the airport. We'll be at 58 through the night, all the way into sunrise tomorrow. Rain chances, though, they're on the rise. We already have some drizzle and light sprinkles. We'll talk more about that. And I'm going to start with the primary severe weather threat zones in just a bit.
I thought I was just going to a neighborhood meeting, maybe enjoying some enchiladas, but I got a nice surprise last night for our KSAT team from the Westwood Square Neighborhood Association. Check out the plaque they gave us. We got it for our grassroots coverage of the Westwood Square area.
We went there recently for our inaugural Know My Neighborhood segment. People in the area told us they felt forgotten, but there are so many good things happening in Westwood Square. We had a chance to highlight that and make some new friends in this neighborhood. And we just want to say thank you again to all of them for letting us into their homes.
Yeah. Tacos El Rey is where they had their Westwood Square Neighborhood Association. And thank you for trusting us with your stories, because these don't work without neighbors telling us what are the issues.
Yeah, that's what I love about this, is it's neighbors telling us what we need to be covering.
It's their stories.
Yeah, another one coming up December 18th. It's our next one.
Yep, Dignity Hill. All right, let's check in the weather right now, because there is a front that's moving our way.
Yeah, and it's not the kind of front that's really going to make it feel all that different outside. It's really just going to help stir up some thunderstorms, some energy that's moving in. Already we're starting to see the light drizzle and sprinkles out there. But I want to talk about the severe weather risk for tomorrow between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. Notice how it's mostly east of San Antonio, closer to Houston, and even stretching up into the Dallas area. I'm going to give you a closer look here along I-10. And primarily when it comes to the KSAT12 viewing area, we're talking about Seguin to Gonzales, I think even over towards Carson City, Cuero, Hallettsville, and points eastward. That's where we have the chance of those isolated severe storms between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. tomorrow. Primary threats: brief tornadoes to spin up, brief weak tornadoes, and then some strong gusty winds as well could be popping up. Notice our rain chances around here going through the night. They really rise quite a bit. We're at 40% scattered at 9 p.m. and then by midnight we're up to 70%. So becoming widespread in nature when it comes to those showers. And it's going to be very light as well. Very light rain around here for the most part. And when you don't have the showers, drizzle. Drizzle, a little bit of that drizzly action. You look at the radar right now, Authority radar, not much in terms of echoes out there, not much in terms of any green signatures, but we do have just a few that have popped up. And we're talking from Stockdale northeastward, just east of 123. A few little sprinkles now detectable by radar. This is going to gradually become even more common as we go through the night and the first part of the day tomorrow, probably all the way through the noon hour when it comes to the rain. The clouds have been increasing, coming in from the south and west, and we've got this energy that's now over Las Vegas, and this energy near Las Vegas is headed our way, and that's going to really provide the lift and the energy for the severe weather, mainly east of here, and most of the rain is going to be in East Texas and parts of Louisiana and Arkansas. So notice our areas of light rain through the night and even the morning commute, but I want to focus on the bigger picture, and that's where we have the more widespread, heavier rain and more persistent rain. East Texas, basically Dallas to Houston, all the way into Louisiana and Arkansas. That's where the brunt of the moisture is going to be. That would be some good drought denting rain, and it would actually be impactful on the aquifer. Unfortunately, we're not looking at a whole lot of in terms of accumulation around here. I think this model has a good handle on how much rain we could see. It's just a good representation of what's possible. Around 1/4 to 3/10 of an inch. In and around San Antonio, Bexar County, and surrounding communities. You go east of town, higher accumulations because of some of the downpours within a few thunderstorms. As Seguin, for example, maybe 1/2 inch. I do think there could be areas of 1 inch or more east of San Antonio. Looking at our time lapse, you can see the drizzle starting to set in here this evening around and after sunset. 62 this morning, or 62 was our high today after a morning of 52. The low clouds just gave us a 10-degree jump. That's it. That's all we changed today. 58 tomorrow morning. By noon, the rain starts to taper off. We're at 65, and then a high temperature of 70 with some sunshine a little before sunset. Right near 70 all across the board tomorrow. Then a sunny stretch with pleasant mornings, upper 40s near 50, and afternoons in the 70s.
All right. Thanks, Adam.
We'll be right back.
In the buzz today, a time-honored tradition in Washington, D.C., the annual lighting of the Capitol Christmas tree. It is a 63-foot-tall Norway spruce from a national forest in West Virginia.
Yeah, the guest tree lighter, Ethan Reese, attends an elementary school in West Virginia. There's another Christmas tree lighting to come in D.C. this week. Tomorrow, the national Christmas tree on the ellipse near the White House will be illuminated. All right, this next thing, it's genius. Adam, are you listening?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A great gift for the beer lover in your family. Miller Lite selling this beer cracker this holiday season. It looks like a classic nutcracker we all know and love, but instead of cracking nuts, it cracks open beers.
Yeah, I actually think this is pretty cool, too. It has 2 beer openers, one in the mouth, another in the removable hat.
Oh, yeah.
The beer crackers are on sale through December 1st, just a few more days, for $30 on Miller Lite's website.
Tastes great, less filling. We'll be right back.
All right, looking ahead tomorrow, we're going to start the day soggy. Areas of rain, drizzle, overall dampness, and then by the afternoon and evening, we start to clear out. You'll also notice humidity tomorrow. Brief little stint of humidity that we haven't felt in a while, but that'll be erased by Friday and beautiful, comfortable conditions.
Thanks for watching the news at 6.
See you on the Night Beat at 10.